Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So in the previous verse, Shiva talked about the nature of realized seers, and it described thus: the sages realize that the self is unborn, uncreated, formless, self existing, changeless, eternal, and pure. From there, now in this 61st verse, Shiva takes us to the other kind of jivas. And the verse goes like this, 61st verse. Deceived by the deluded mind, the ignorant does not comprehend that his own self is that imperishable ultimate, the perfect one. Thus, he confuses self with the non-self and non-self with the self. He knows not what is real and what is a dream. Ignorant of what is good and what is evil, he shuns what is right and craves for what is wrong. Hence, he suffers like a man whose mind is overcome by delusion, moha. So, what does this verse say? Ignorant does not comprehend that he is imperishable, ultimate, perfect self. He takes the anatman as atman and atman as anatman. Unreal world, unreal people, unreal objects, unreal own body mind, all that are taken as Sashvatam, real. And the real self is ignored. And having taken all this unreal as real, he craves for possessing, for owning all that is unreal, which he considers as real. Dream is taken as real, and the real truth self is taken as unreal. Is taken as unreal means he does not understand that Atman is real. This is moha, delusion. Vyamoham, Jivan Muktananda Lahari. Sage from the Ananda Kutir writes on moha. Moha is infatuated love for one's own body, wife, children, father, mother, brothers, sisters, and property. Moha, like greed, takes various subtle forms. The mind gets attached to one name or one form or the other. If it is detached from one name and form, it clings immediately to another name and form. Swamiji writes, looks at the moha of monkeys. If the baby monkey dies, the mother monkey will carry the dead skeleton for 2 or 3 months. Such is the power of moha. The whole world runs through moha. It is through moha one is bound to the wheel of samsara. One gets pain through moha. Moha creates attachment. And he goes on to say, even sannyasins develop moha for their ashram and for disciples. Moha should be eradicated by viveka, vairagya, vichara, atma chintana, devotion, seclusion, aloneness, physical aloneness, study of Vedantic literature, etc. Moha can only be removed in toto by renunciation and sannyasa and self-realization. You never wept when millions of people died in war, in the world war. But you weep bitterly when your wife dies. Why? Because you have moha for her. Moha creates this idea, asmita, of mineness. Therefore, you say, my son, my wife, my home, etc. This is bondage. Moha creates infatuated love for sensual objects. Moha produces delusion and perverted intellect. Through the force of moha, you mistake the unreal body for the real, pure Atman. You take the unreal world as a solid reality. These are the functions of moha. Next verse. Most of the verses today are about the ignorant. In the conclusion, we will talk about the wise, and then the session will end with a meditation. Very powerful meditation. Verse number 62. Verily, from lack of awareness, a chain has been built in this verse. From the lack of awareness, there arises self-forgetfulness. From self-forgetfulness springs wrong knowledge. From wrong knowledge comes greed, lust, envy, hatred, and other defects of the mind. And man reaps the fruits of his own actions. And actions are done according to his wrong knowledge. Therefore, the performance of actions that spring from wrong knowledge is the greatest defect of all, says Shiva. Let us look at the chain. It more or less goes as per the MBCA chain, described in a different way here. Lack of awareness of one's real, innate, divine nature, self. What is this lack of awareness? Avidya. This avidya gives birth to forgetting one's own true nature, self. Lack of awareness of one's own true nature makes a jiva forget his real nature. Not having the true knowledge of one's real nature, this gives birth to wrong knowledge that objective world, including one's own BMI, is real. Avidya, asmita. Wrong knowledge gives birth to kama, krodha, lobha, moha, etc. All born out of ahankara. You have considered all unreal objects as real, so you want to possess them, kama. Your passion for possessing them is on the rise, greed. If you do not get them, you feel angry. If you get them, you are elated. With such kama, you undertake karma, avidya kama karma, to possess what you desire. Of course, for actions or karma undertaken with kama as the main pushing force, one has to suffer for the consequences, karma. Started from avidya, ended in karma, the cycle of avidya kama karma, and it continues vicious like the Abhimanyu's Chakravyuha. This is vicious, never ending. A jiva is never able to come out of this vicious circle, exactly like Abhimanyu knew how to enter, he did not know how to come out of the Chakravyuha. Shiva says such karmas undertaken in the backdrop of avidya, wrong knowledge, is the major defect, major problem with the jivas. And it continues. Verse number 63. It is due to this cause that men are invested with different kinds of physical bodies and minds. For one is born with the body and mind that correspond to the inner latent tendencies one has developed in a previous existence. All bodies are born of mind, and the mind is nothing but the light of the soul, tainted by latent tendencies acquired in the past. Therefore, know that whatsoever corporeal form a soul assumes in this life or the next, the same will reflect his mental state, even as the light that passes through a colored gem assumes that very color. What does this verse say? This picks up exactly from the previous verse. Previous verse, we ended that this karma undertaken with the kama arising due to the wrong knowledge that unreal is real. This is the major defect. Like a comma, this verse continues that as per the karma taken up accordingly, you assume various forms in various births, and you bring along with that karana sharira, you bring your sanskaras, latent tendencies, Shiva said. You bring the sanskaras which manifest as vasanas in your previous birth, in your current birth. And this birth will be most influenced or most impacted by, of course, the prarabdha karma and even the current new actions, new arrows from the tunir even that will be tainted, or that will be affected most by the sanskaras manifesting into vasanas. Unless and until somehow or the other you immerse in bhakti, or you are blessed with a guru, and your purushartha after the sadhana chatushtaya, your purushartha takes such a higher and such a powerful way that the purushartha for shooting the new arrows, agami karma, that is not affected by your sanskaras, vasanas, or that is not affected by your prarabdha karma at all. So prarabdha karma affects you 100%, vasanas affects you 100% means you have to have 200% purushartha, not 99. The problem is prarabdha karma affects you, vasanas affects you 100%, and your purushartha is at 30-40%. Or even 80% will not do. Of course, because if one wrestler has to win the other wrestler, this wrestler has to be more powerful than the other wrestler. So your prarabdha karma and vasanas is affecting you 100% means you have to have your purushartha more than 100%. What does this purushartha, whether it is you or any sadhaka for that matter in the world over, what does this 100% plus purushartha means? Never ever leaving the daily sadhana, come what may, unless and until you are seriously bedridden. This is 150%, 200% purushartha. What happens when our prarabdha, sometimes some certain things are happening good to us? When things are favorable to us, our 100% prarabdha is waiting to strike you immediately, maybe after a week, 10 days, 1 month, 1 year. But there is a phase of life which is going normal. At that time, you don't realize that the prarabdha karma is waiting to strike you. You carry on with your purushartha at 20-30% because there is no prarabdha karma. Everything is going well. Sir, I'm happy. Love all, serve all. I'm very happy. Be good, do good. So what is the problem? And when the prarabdha karma comes like asura and attacks you immediately after some time, you are not able to take your purushartha from the 30% to 200%. You are gone. You are lost. And on the contrary, if you are continuously, suppose you have dushkarmas are so much in the previous births that continuously you are affected by prarabdha karma, then there is no purushartha at all over and above the prarabdha karma to ignore whatever is happening to you, poor health, poor relations, family issues, children issues, office issues, associations issues, relatives issues. If everything come together, then the purushartha is zero. Then you are just a slave to your prarabdha karma. You just lie down that I am lost. I have lost this battle. This is the problem with jivas, even sadhakas. Not only, I am not telling you, most sadhakas. Otherwise, like 19th century, 18th century, there should be 100, 200, 500 realized masters going around, or at least 100, at least 50. Now you have to search maybe one, two. Of course, unknown masters may be in the Himalayas, but known masters teaching the humanity and giving their life for teaching, for elevating the people as sadhakas, how many you are finding? This is because of the Kali Yuga. And at the last, he gave one line. What is that line? All actions before performance. Okay, this is finished. Go to the next verse. It is due to this cause that men are invested different. Achha, this is over. 64th verse. Verily, this is a matter of million times true. Whether in this world or the next, in heaven or on earth, whatever comes to pass in the three worlds, know that there is a meaning and a reason to all things. Whatever is happening to us, whatever, why we are created, everything Shiva says has a reason. Anything happening in the world has a reason. The world was not created in vain, but with a purpose. And so it is with all other things. In everything, there is a sign that teaches man a hidden secret. Everything that is happening to us, happening around us, is bound to teach us some lesson if we keep our intellect open and bright and ready to receive the lesson which the creation is teaching us from the morning to night, every day. Whatever is happening, good or bad. 65th verse in continuation. This is known to me, the wise one, Jivan Muktas, who see all things from above, and to those yogis who dwell in unity with me. But this is not known to others who are not realized. For the others, being as if asleep and ever immersed in vain, useless thoughts, even if the truth were shown to them, they will not see the truth. 2 verses. It all goes back to only one thing. World is created. We human beings are created to exist in unity with the Lord. Shiva confirms that realized one exists in such unity with the God. What is the purpose? If the creation was not there, and if you and me were not born in this creation, then depending upon our karmic balances, only because we are born in this creation, only because the creation is there and we see the masters, Ramana, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and so many, we are sure that means only those who are into sadhana. For others, realization, Brahmananda, all these things mean nothing for them. For those who have at least known the purpose of human birth, first lesson. For them, only because you are born as a human being, only because there is creation, there is a hope that one day you will realize and get that Manushyananda to 100 times, 100 times, 100 times, 100 times, 100 times, or 1000 times, 1000 times, 1000 times, last Brahmananda. If you are not born as a man, as a human being, if there is no creation, where is ever this hope, or where is ever this conviction, where is ever this mumukshatva, where is ever this hope that you will realize and attain that Brahmananda one day or the other, in one birth or the other? All the Gananatha, we sing all the Ganas, and all those who serve Shiva, all those who serve Muruga, all those who serve Ganesha, all Ganas, the Indiras, all the Indraloka, all people, all of them are not in the creation, so they cannot hope, they cannot develop the mumukshatva, and they cannot hope, wait for that day of realizing the self and attaining that Brahmananda. Only we human beings are eligible for that. How fortunate we are. If we look at things positively, regardless of whatever disaster is happening to us today, and Shiva says, yogis and realized masters, they are the one who see everything as pure light, Shiva. Whereas others are ever asleep, ever in darkness, and are never able to realize the one truth, light awareness, even if it is taught to them 1,000 times. In the beginning verses of the Shiva Rahasya, this was compared with the day and the night. The ignorant ones are as though they are in the realm of darkness, whereas for the one who is ever awake, he is awake even in the daytime, he is awake even in the nighttime. There is no darkness for him. Even while he sleeps, he is in the deep sleep. Ananda. No agitation, no dreams, no thoughts. Sixty-sixth verse. Therefore, let all those who yearn after knowledge of truth listen to my word of truth, that they may see the truth. For only by seeing the truth shall their souls find peace, never otherwise. Continuation, 67th verse. Truth is the remedy for all sorrows. It frees the soul from the burdens of the world. By hearing the truth, bound souls remember their self. Remembering the self, they know that the air is present both within and without a jar. So the self, being omnipresent, lies both concealed within oneself, like within the jar, or pervades everywhere without the jar. It is eternal, free, and ever stainless. Shiva is confirming that realizing the self and existing as pure awareness self is the only remedy for you to be above all the sorrows and pain, though you are undergoing them at physical level, not at mental level. Whatever may be happening to the body, whatever may be happening in the family, around you, in your small world. Okay, in the Ashtavakra Gita, we said, when this your ship sunk, we said your world is your small world, not the whole world. So, whatever disaster or good or bad or worst may be happening to you, it is all happening to you because of your karmas. God is not sitting there like a villain and giving you one pain after the other, never making you rest in happiness. God never punishes. It is in the other religions, it describes how God punishes. Their God punished, whatever name they refer to for the God. In our Sanatana Dharma, God is ever Paramadayalu, ever compassionate. He never punishes. It's our karmas. But what Shiva is saying here, that only realizing the self and existing as, if not as light as Shiva, beyond the pure awareness, beyond the manifest and unmanifest, at least existing as pure awareness self, Chit, that is the only remedy to be above, like a lighthouse, to be above, to stand above whatever is happening to your world, your body, whatever worst disaster may be happening. Existing as pure awareness, realizing is the only solution. Your master has told you maybe 10,000 times this. Nothing less than that is going to eradicate your sorrow. Nothing less than that is going to eradicate your pain. There is no shortcut in this. Through bhakti or through jnana. For you disciples, it is through jnana. Of course, bhakti can be combined, but in this path, whenever it may happen, but realizing the self is the only remedy to be above whatever is happening to you. Having come in this world with your accumulated, brought forward sanchita karmas, maturing into prarabdha karmas. Realization is the only goal, realization is the only solution. Nothing else, nothing lesser than that is a solution. You have to be, at least this is what is mumukshatva. You have to be very clear about it, whether this realization happens to you now or after 10 births. Leave it. Do your best and leave the rest. That applies precisely to your spiritual sadhana. You be sincere in your sadhana. 150%, 200% purushartha. Daily nididhyasana, daily sadhana. That is your dharma. Rest. Let Shriman Narayana, Sathyaji, Shiva, let them take care. Let them decide when Krishna, when they have to hold your hand and take you to them. That is their job description. You don't get into it. You don't worry when you are get the realization. 68th verse. Although it is one, it appears as many through its magic power and not due to its inherent nature. For this reason, the knowers of truth bear witness that the truth is one, Satyam Ekam. We are talking about the magic show. Immediately our sattvic pure intellect goes back to the Ashtavakra Gita verses. He taught on the magician while taking a big round in Diwali. And then it also came in the subsequent Ashtavakra Gita, daily jnana, daily satsang course. He even remembers that point in that society that stretched that part from where he was pouring this. One appears as many. In the context of the magic show, we will refresh our pure thoughts, pure mananam on that Ashtavakra Gita verse, which is very relevant here. What did the verse say? It says, "Oh marvelous, I am pure consciousness. The world is like a magic show. Hence, how and where can there be any notion of rejection or acceptance for me?" In this verse, the second part is not, neither acceptance nor rejection is not being taken up. The part, world is a magic show, that is being taken up in the context of this verse. World is equal to magic show. In the context of God Almighty, it is the God magician, supreme magician, who has mysteriously created this magic show, this world, which is Brahma Vivartavada, which is apparent, not true. And in the context of individuals, our mind is our magician. Our mind is creating so many things for us, which is not real. So all these things Acharya referred in the Ashtavakra Gita 4. A quick recap. Fascinating companionship that I want to have. Fascinating family, house, children, parents and others whom I have created in my mind, like the magician created upon creating. I have fallen a trap to these relations, thinking that they are all real, not illusory. The fascinating power and position that I want to enjoy, all fascinations, properties, car, new home, so on and so forth. Even the illusory imagination that I cannot take up sadhana, this is also apparent, not real. Illusory world where I think I am the most perfect human being. I do everything correct, DP4. The list could be endless fascinations, endless illusory world which we create for ourselves, and we stay in that. God, the magician, knows that the creation is illusion, though the universe is created by him only. But as a human being filled with avidya and its brothers, sisters, raga, dvesha, siblings, a human being gets carried away with all these apparent, unreal objects, fascinations, illusions that he with his mind has created, and starts believing them to be true and starts living in that illusory fascinations. Moha, the first verse of today's satsang. The one appears as many. exactly like various objects appearing in the magic show. All those objects created by a magician appear and then disappear because they were never real at all. What is eternal is one truth, Ekam Sat, Brahman, pure consciousness. Sixty-ninth and the 70 verses. After that, we will get into meditation. As the sky does not become soiled through contact with clouds, and the sun is never touched by darkness, even so, the various activities of the mind, such as thoughts, feelings, or sense perceptions, do not affect the perfect self. Only the mind and the body, being by nature imperfect, are affected thereby. 70th verse. As a pure crystal shines by virtue of its own luster, as the sun shines unaided by any lamp, as the lightning blazes across the sky independently of man-made fire, even so does the pure self shine independently of any conditioning cause. Sky is untouched by the clouds. Sun shines on its own. It does not need any other source of illumination for the sun to shine. Crystal shines brightly with no other aid. Lightning on the sky is independent of fire created on earth by man. A jar, he is adding few more to this. A jar in which either perfume is kept or any foul-smelling material is kept. The jar is independent of both extreme material kept in it. A boat, go back to the Mandukya Upanishad pour. A boat in which dead body is carried or flowers are carried. The boat is unaffected by both. In Atma Bodha, go back, we learned that the light shines within a pot, does not need any other light to lighten it. Similarly, the pure soul consciousness is Purnam in itself. It does not need anything in the world for the pure awareness to sustain itself. It is untouched by the activities of the mind. The reflected image of the sun expands when the surface of the water expands. It contracts when the water shrinks. It shakes when the water is agitated. It gets divided when the water is divided. It participates in all the qualities and conditions of the water, whereas the source, the sun, that is not at all affected by anything. Upon reflection, the reflected consciousness reflecting in within the pot, our body, in the water inside the pot, our intellect, that as though behaves like as per our vasanas, as per our kleshas. Like it is now explained that the water it appears to expand, shake, whatever, as per the quality, as per the quality of our intellect, our mind, our senses, our body. Whereas the source light, sunshine, does it have anything to do with whatever is happening inside the pot water, inside our body, inside our this BMI intellect? We have to go and reach to that source, that Drishya Viveka. We have to go and reach to that source to exist independent of anything that is happening in this creation, to our body or this world of ours or anywhere outside. Whereas from morning to night, we are affected by everything that is happening to our body, everything that is happening in the world around us. Sickness, illness, health. He is also having health issues. Everyone has health issues. For some, it is much more. For some, it is medium. For some, it is less. But he can only tell you. He cannot make you experience, because you have to attain realization for that. Upon existing as self, pure awareness, consciousness, anything happening to this body does not affect your mind. It is, the body will suffer. Continuously the body will suffer. But it will be like in the train, some body of some person sitting 2 compartments away from us, that body is suffering. Like that you will treat your body suffering. But this is possible only upon realization. If the secret is revealed to you and realize masters are stand truth testimony to this, and your acharya is standing as testimony to this, then how much motivated you should be to attain self-realization, to go beyond your body. How will that day be upon attaining realization when you sadhakas, nothing happening to your body, nothing happening in the family, nothing happening around you has any impact on your existence as pure awareness, light. At least you can imagine how that day will be. The other side of the tunnel, brightest. Now we will cut short few things and get into the meditation. You may close your eyes and sit in a relaxed pose. Wherever you are sitting, don't stiffen your body. There are no rules actually in Vedantic meditation for your body postures. In Raja Yoga, it is there. For Vedantic meditation, even from bed, it is about transcending your BMI. Sit relaxed. He is going to speak in voiceless voice on your behalf. So I means I. The entire Beda Parkaro talk, I means for the entire world of Jivas. I am sitting in meditation with my eyes closed. Sometimes I notice, may not be now because I am into this session in depth, but in other times I observe that my thoughts are flowing continuously. Some are the other thoughts. My Guru has given me hundreds of sessions to go beyond the mind. But what to do, I am not able to control my thought flow. Sai or Acharya in voiceless voice whisper to me, "Oh child, if you deliberately try to curb, to control your thoughts, the thoughts will bounce back 10 times more stronger." Channelize your mind with positive spiritual thoughts. If you are able to focus on the Shiva Rahasya course, then just keep on asserting to yourself in silence, not speak aloud. If you are alone, you can talk aloud. Keep on affirming to yourself, I am the light, Shiva. I am pure awareness. Consciousness. And one day I shall transcend this awareness also. Or any other milestone session, milestone secrets revealed. Take up that, my child. If that also becomes difficult with your thought flow, take up essence of any bhajan talk given on form. Guru's voiceless voice ends. All my thoughts are now on the chosen affirmations from this session given to me. or on the form of my Bhagavan, slowly my other thoughts have receded. My Bhagavan said, mind is bundle of thoughts. Thoughts not being of divine nature have receded and ended. With the focus on I am the light or I am the pure awareness or on the form of my God, the focus is so intense, so wholesome, that only that affirmation or that focus remains. The thinking mind also has gone. Only the focus remains. The mind that has been focusing has gone. No mind, therefore no creation. Something within me is at least conveying to me that there is no creation. I am very sure that it is not my mind. Mind has left. Something within me conveys to me without thought, absolutely no thought, that I am existing beyond creation. And that is pure awareness. Light with nothing existing to be lit. Shuddha Chaitanya, pure awareness. Deep silence sets in. I am pure awareness. I authenticate this existence as this state is undisturbed by what is happening around. When I confirm this, even this confirmation is not a flow of thought. This is truth spoken in voiceless voice, existing as pure awareness, pure existence, pure bliss. Acharya said, to be aware that I exist beyond creation is existence as pure awareness. And transcending this awareness also is existence as Shiva, not aware when I will transcend this pure awareness, but let me exist as this pure awareness light with no creation. The last part of this soul's journey, going beyond the awareness of existing as light, can happen only with Thy grace, O Sai Shiva. You would know when I have become worthy of being lifted beyond my awareness. At this state, as pure awareness, I confirm बेड़ा पार करो, उद्धार करो. All these expressions have a different dimension. The last part of this journey, existing as light with no quality of light, with nothing to illumine, going beyond pure awareness. This final uddhar, this final beda par karo, that is with you, mere Sai. You have taken me beyond the samsara which the Guru's talk on this bhajan echoed. Now the final uddhar I await. I am in no hurry. I am existing as pure awareness. Light, being aware that I am the light. You, the light, choose that momentless moment to lift me and merge me in your existence, the light Shiva, where I become that Jyoti, not aware that I am the Jyoti, not aware that I am the light. That is the final merger when the Shiva Rahasya finds its culmination. I and you are not there. I and you are just light. Just the light. You may open your eyes. Today or tomorrow, this session will be uploaded with the background flute music. And now, after many years he has given you one more meditation, the subtlest meditation. And this last part, 10-15 minutes, if it is possible, this can become your daily mananam nididhyasana. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sai Ram.